Hello and welcome to 360 Sports on Trust TV. I am Emmanuel Fashemi. We've got a whole lot to look at on the program this morning, 360 Sports, where we'll be looking at Nigerian stories and all the stories making the rounds in the world of sports in Europe. Yes, it is the continuation of European club games from Champions League, the second tier competition in club football in Europe was up last night, and also we had the Europa Conference League, the third tier league in Europe, and it's a good news and a wonderful one that Super Eagles players in their respective clubs in Europe are representing the country, representing themselves very well, in top form and in top gear, ready to go. If all of this put together, then I bet you with the right mindset and we can go to Africa Cup of Nations come 2025 in Morocco and lift the trophy for a record fourth time. These and many more we'll be looking at on the show this morning, but let's begin from table tennis. Yes, where praises, thumbs up, congratulations has been pouring in for Aruna Kadri, despite going out from the round of 16. Aruna Kadri, who represented the continent at the World Table Tennis event in Frankfurt, Germany, out of the tournament from the quarterfinal stage after he was beaten 3-2 by German Ricardo Walther in the round of 16. But despite that, the World Table Tennis Federation, as the association, gave at least thumbs up Aruna Kadri for actually putting up a very strong fight in that particular game. Before then, he defeated world number 5 Haramoto of Japan, to Makazu Haramoto of Japan, to sail through. And to tell you, he actually did well. He didn't just lose that quarterfinal game, but he did all he can to see if he can get something out of it. But at the end of the day, Ricardo overpowered Aruna Kadri. Despite that defeat, he was given a very a good handshake, a pat on the back for doing a great job. And for Aruna Kadri, he's a man who has been on this stage, and like we normally see on this show, we're looking forward to see who is going to take over from Aruna Kadri, someone who can actually step into that shoes, because Aruna Kadri will not remain with us forever. At some point, he's going to retire from the sport, retire but not tired. Maybe now going to coaching or administrative, what have you, when in terms of table tennis, but playing competitively, we will no longer see Aruna. The likes of Taiwu, Omotayo, Lajide and co, I think are coming up fast to see how at some point it was Segun Toriola. From Segun Toriola, we had Aruna Kadri. But we are wishing him well. At least he is going to end the year on a good ranking, despite buying out of the competition from the quarter-final stage. So congratulations to Aruna Kadri for doing all he can to even get into the quarter-final. Even beating world number 5 was a laudable one. All right, let's move away from that story quickly. We will come back to that story as the show progresses. This time around, let's go straight to Liberia. Yes, good news for the two Nigerian women's basketball team representing us at the FIBA Women's Basketball League Africa Zone 3 qualifiers, and the two teams from Nigeria, that is Customs Ladies and MFM, are the one representing the country at this particular competition, where they had the top two teams. We picked the ticket to the Women's Basketball League Africa. But the news, the story is Customs set up MFM semi-final clash in all Nigeria affairs. Yes, these two teams are going to be playing in the final after Customs topped their group. They were in Group B by whitewashing, total annihilation of Commissioners of Liberia. That game ended 77-18 in favor of the Customs lady to top their group. But for MFM, they won one and lost one. So they came second in Group A, and that is why they will be playing against Customs. And these two teams, met in the final of the Nigerian Women's Basketball League. So let's see what's going to happen in this semi-final clash between these two teams, and definitely we are going to be seeing a very good game. But it's so painful that one of the team is going to bow out from the semi-final, and which event we would have had. It would have been better if we have the two teams in the finals of the competition, but at least one will go and one will represent the country. So whichever is it that Customs is going to take their own pound of flesh this time around after MFM defeated them in the Women's Basketball League competition, the Nigerian Women's Basketball League tournament right there in Lagos to lift the title, and both of them qualified to represent Nigeria at the FIBA African Women's Basketball League Zone 3 qualifier. So good one for that particular competition and for Nigeria. I don't know if Isaac Omidiji is ready to join us on the show. Okay, when Isaac is ready, he will be joining us on the show this morning. So for Customs, let's see what happened in that particular game, and if we can actually maybe the two teams at least one, like I said, one will bow out of the competition, and then let's see what happened next. But congratulations to both Customs ladies and the MFM ladies for doing the country proud and getting to the quarterfinal of getting to the semi-final of the Women Basketball League Africa. Definitely we will be looking forward to that particular match, and we will be bringing you all of the reports on our sports shows. Before we go over to this next story, let's quickly take a short video of the Chan Eagles while they were having their training here in the city of Abuja. If we can lay our hands on that video, Chan Eagles training here in Abuja. It is the second set of players invited into camp for the Chan 2025 qualifiers, and they had their training here in the city of Abuja. We'll have a short clip from that training before we go to the story. That is the Chan Eagles. The Chan Eagles are made up of home-based players that are plying their trade in the Nigerian Premier Football League. So it is not, it is Super Eagles Team B. And when we say Super Eagles Team B, they are players that are based here in Nigeria. They are playing their club competition with MPFL club side. So they were all about 35 players were called to camp. We had the first set, and now the second group are here in Abuja. So at the end of the whole training, we will be having a selected team of players that will represent the country during the qualifiers against Ghana by December. Let's see if we can quickly have that video, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back from that particular clip. We will still have more of that story about the Chan Eagles. All right, before we get to the Chan Eagles, let's start with the CAF Women's Champions League, where Edo Queens will be representing Nigeria and the region in Morocco. They've touched down that country, and they are in Group B. Edo Queens are in Group B, alongside Massa FC of Egypt, CBE of Ethiopia, and the defending champions Mamelodi Sundowns. So Edo Queens is going to have their hands full against these three teams in Group B of the CAF Women's Champions League. It is another good one for Edo Queens after they did so well in Cote d'Ivoire during the Wafubi Women's CAF Champions League qualifiers. They did not lose any game, and they were crowned champions of the region. So let's see this time around if they can take that momentum, that form, that form during the Wafubi Women's Champions League qualifier. If they can take that form to Morocco and do us proud. Rivers Angels was the first club side to represent us at the CAF Women's Champions League before we now had the Delta Queens. After Delta Queens, we now have Bayelsa Queens. Bayelsa Queens represented the region and Nigeria in the last edition, and they came back with a bronze medal. Can Edo Queens this time around break that jinx and get to the final? Because when it comes to women's football on the continent of Africa, definitely Nigeria is a force to be reckoned with. 9 champions of the African Women's Nations Cup. That is not a fluke. And for the Super Falcons of Nigeria, they've been doing well. So when it comes to women's football on the continent, I think Nigeria is one giant that everybody respects. But over the years, for quite some time now, we've not really showed that giant. We've not really shown that stuff we are made of. But for Edo Queens, according to Coach Moses Aduku, the coach of the side, he said they are battle ready. They want to get it better. They want to make Nigerians proud. They want to make a Nigerian Women's Football League proud by coming back with that trophy. All the team just needed right now is all of the full support of the fans, the administrators, NFF, Edo State, the whole of Nigerians should just throw their weight behind these fantastic girls who are going to be representing us at the CAF Women's Champions League. So they've touched down in that country, Morocco, for this particular ahead of the competition. Like I said, they are in Group B alongside Massa FC of Egypt, CBE FC of Ethiopia, and the defending champions Mamelodi Sundowns. So Coach Moses Aduku said from their first game, every game will be played, will be approached as a final. So let's see what these girls can do. They did it at the Wafubi, and they can still do it again in the CAF Women's Champions League. We are looking forward to that, to see that these ladies did so well. All right, let's quickly now leave the CAF Women's Champions League and let's talk about the Chan Eagles. The video you saw just now, it is the Chan Eagles training, and the story this morning is that Super Eagles B team wraps up week 2 training here in Abuja. Like I said, according to the Nigerian Football Federation, about 35 players have been released to return to their respective MPFL club side for these weekend matches. It is match day 11 in the Nigerian Premier Football League. So all of the players, as we speak, will be returning to their base, where they will join up with their respective club in order to participate in the Nigerian Premier Football League match day 11. The team will come back next week to continue their preparation for the crucial double-header qualifier against Ghana, scheduled for December. So we are going to be seeing the team resume back here in Abuja for this particular task ahead of Nigeria. And you know, whenever we play Ghana, it's not just an ordinary rivalry, but a very tough rivalry at that matter. So we are looking forward to Coach Daniel Ogumodede and Fidelis Ilechukwu, and then being supervised by Austin Cerezo Ugwevon, the interim coach of the Super Eagles, to pick the best legs of Nigerian MPFL stars that will do us proud against the Black Stars of Ghana. 35 players. The first set was also 35 players. So they are going to pick the best players out of the. So in total now we have 70 players who has come to camp, because the first set came. This is the second set, and they are going to pick the best legs from the 2 sets that will represent the country. I believe the Nigerian Premier Football League, as we speak right now, is now a league that is getting better weekends, and we're seeing interesting games, quality of the games, quality officiating, quality players. What is now left for the Nigerian Premier Football League, as we are improving, is for us to get good facilities. And if we cannot get good facilities, definitely some things are bound to happen. But it's a good one. All of the players that are invited to camp are good players. Let the best legs be picked for the Super Eagles B. All right, let's leave the shores of the country quickly and go straight to Europe. We'll start with this particular one. Like I said, it's a good news that all of the Super Eagles players in Europe are doing well in the UEFA club competition. So we'll start with this one, where Victor Osimhen, three Nigerians thereabout did so well last night. Victor Osimhen and Siri Desas doing well for Rangers. But the story this morning is that Victor Osimhen scored twice in Galatasaray win. They defeated Tottenham Hotspur 3-1, and Victor Osimhen got 2 goals in that particular game. He's finding his groove again in Turkey. The fans are loving what he's doing. He's happy that he's scoring the goals, and he's helping Galatasaray to do well in the Turkish Superliga and also do well on the Europa League stage. So and also, like I said last night, Siri Desas rescued a point for Rangers International in their own game. It was 1-1 for at the end of the day in that particular game for Rangers, and no other person than Siri Desas who got the goal. In the UEFA Champions League, we saw what Ademola Lookman did for Atlanta, also scoring against Stuttgart in the UEFA Champions League. So congratulations to all of the Super Eagles players that are doing so well in Europe, in their respective clubs in Europe. All right, let's quickly have the results of the Europa League, and then we'll also look at the table. Let's go straight and take the results. Okay, those are the results. All right, let's quickly have the table and we'll go straight to the conference. Let's have the Europa League table back to back. For the table, we have Okay, that is the table, the result and the table of the Europa League. We saw Manchester United on the number 15th position, and we see Lazio topping the table. Lazio is at the top of the table. It was a good outing, a good game for all of the teams and also Super Eagles player. All right, let's leave the Europa League. This time around, we'll look at the Europa Conference League result. There were games played in the UEFA Conference League last night also, and Chelsea, almighty Chelsea, creating a history in the Conference League. Someone say Chelsea is too big for the Conference League. Let's quickly run over the result. We have Viking Kog Reykjavik beating Broka Banja Luka 2-0. We have Gent defeated Omonia Nicosia. HJK Split lost at home to Olimpija 2-0. Lega Warsaw 4-0 against Dynamo Minsk. We have Pafos defeated Astana 1-0, and Petrol lost at home to Rapid Vienna. We have Shamrock Rovers of Ireland beating New Saints 2-1 of Wales. The New Saints is from Wales, 2-1 in that game. TSC 4-1 against Lugano. Poel defeated Fiorentina 2-1, and Chelsea hammered Noah 8-0. Let's go to the second side of the result. Chelsea is the highest winner of the night. We have Dugajen beating Panathinaikos 2-1. Hearts lost at home to Hiddenham 2-0, and then Jaglonia Ballystok defeated Molde 3-0, and Copenhagen played a 2-2 draw with Istanbul Basaksehir of Turkey. We have Lanning lost to St. Gallen 2-1. Lax and Select Bruges played a goalless draw, while Real Betis beat Clerge 2-1, and Victoria Guimarães of Portugal also defeated Mlada Boleslava in that particular game. So those are the results of the Europa Conference League. You saw the Europa League. We also saw the result of the Europa Conference League. All right, before we go away from the show, let's quickly take this tennis story where Iga Swiatek is out of the WTA, that is Women's Tennis Association finals. This particular competition is to end the year, and definitely with that he is going to relinquish the number one position. He's out after Krejcikova defeated Coco Gauff of America. So it's the year ending for Iga Swiatek is not really a good one for her. All right, that is where we'll be leaving it on the show, 360 Sports this morning. But we will not just leave you. We will leave you with this wrestling highlight of the wrestling championship organized by Customs, the paramilitary here in Abuja some weeks ago. We will leave you with that highlight, and we will be right back in the evening with more stories. I am Emmanuel Fashimi. Say thanks for watching.
Come on, Pakistan.